Hey, bro. How's it going?
Perfect.
Another day, another podcast.
It is.
How was your Thanksgiving?
It was awesome. We did. We actually ended up baking. Well, my wife 3 turkeys.
3 turkeys.
Yeah.
Which one was the best one?
The last one, because
The
we
last
had it
one?
at home. We ate it at home.
Okay, so
We
you
kept
had
that one for us.
You had events going on and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
How was yours?
It was good. It was good. It was
Peaceful.
yeah. It wasn't that many people. Because my wife is recovering from surgery, and that's all I'll say about that. But, so we couldn't really go travel anywhere. So
Okay.
just
What do you usually do?
we usually go and the whole family gets together,
Okay.
the extended family,
Mhm.
the Mexican way. So well, it's not just Mexican, but at least for us it is.
Yeah.
So anyway, let's get into it. Hot topic right now, abortion,
is.
bro.
It is.
It's in the Supreme Court.
So, what do you think is? How does it feel? Do you think they're gonna approve it, or do you think it's gonna continue lingering like it's been?
I don't know. I don't even think it should be their decision, I mean, they should undo whatever law, like this is Roe versus Wade. It should be, I think, yeah, they should undo it. And then, some people say, oh, it should be a state decision. The states should be doing it. I mean, my point of view is that no,
Nor the state or the federal.
right. No government should be doing it. I think that's up to, the woman. It's her decision. As a father, personally, I believe that every life matters, right? And that, yeah, I mean, once there is a pregnancy, I see it as a life.
Yeah.
And I would like for it to be preserved and protected.
Mm-hmm.
But unless it's my daughter or my wife, it's not really my business. I mean, some people would argue that it's not my business even with them because it's not my body. But, that's going to extremes. Obviously, if it's my daughter or my wife, it will directly impact my life, right? And again,
that right there, you just got into it deep.
yeah.
That I mean, just saying your wife, your daughter.
Mm-hmm.
You
I
know,
mean, my daughter's 2 years old, so this is a long
well,
time before that.
Time flies. Believe me, time flies.
But yeah, I mean, if it's not affecting me, then I really have no reason to opine on it, for any other woman.
So it's needless to ask, you're pro-choice.
I am. I'm I guess pro-choice. I'm pro-liberty. I'm
Okay.
a libertarian, so I think you should be free to do what you want with your body, even if I don't personally agree.
Mm-hmm.
It's not my place to tell you what to do or not to do.
Yeah.
Because my personal beliefs or my feelings don't really matter when it's about somebody else, right? So I just don't think I should impose my will or my
general,
thoughts.
in whichever subject we would talk about. I mean,
Yeah.
right now it's abortion. Right now they're
Mhm.
talking about it in the Supreme Court. But in overall, you just want everybody to stay out of anybody's business, right? Not just talking about you personally. Like, everybody should be able to decide over their own lives, right?
Yeah, well, like I've said in other podcasts, that as long as you're not hurting anyone else, it should really be up to you what you want to do with your life. And you'll find like-minded people to hang out with and to form a group with, a society, and you'll either all flourish and succeed together, or you're all disappear depending on your decisions. But it'll be by your own hand, by your own making, not because we don't agree with, or I don't agree with what you're doing.
So it doesn't matter whether it's before the 6 weeks or after the 6 weeks. It's just they shouldn't be able to tell you what to do, period. I mean,
Right.
because they're considering giving you that that break or that leeway or they're being lenient,
Mhm.
if I could say, as far as saying, okay, you're pregnant and it's illegal to have an abortion. They're saying after the 6th week.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you have enough time between, the 1st to the 6th weeks. We're talking about, close to 42 days.
Right. Yeah, I mean, you have enough time, but what business is that of ours? I mean, if somebody were to ask me, how should I do this, or how should I approach it? Or as far as what other options there are, obviously, I mean, there's, if you go through the whole, pregnancy and have the baby, there's adoption, things like that. God knows there's a lot of people that want to have a form of family, have kids, and can't. There's another instance where, government makes it super difficult for things to.
That's a whole nother topic.
But, obviously there's a morning after pill. Even if it was just oops, so what I do, I got drunk, whatever. Or worst case scenario, a rape or something like that. I would hope that the victim in that case would have somebody to tell and talk to and lean on or ask for help right away. Yeah. Obviously there are people that don't really, like I saw this one case about this girl saying she has had, it was something like over 20 abortions.
What?
So she just basically, does whatever she wants. Oh, I got pregnant. Oh, I'll just go get an abortion. I think that's horrible.
Cut those fallopian tubes.
I think that's horrible, but it's not my business.
But 20, I mean, after the first, second, maybe the third, I mean, you would assume you're in the right, your conscience enough that you're going to say, well, or change your ways or do something about it.
Yeah, no, I think in the case of this person, it was, it was done on purpose. It was
okay.
But, like I said, it's
whatever the case is.
Yeah. I mean, if it's not hurting me or anyone I love, it's really not up to me to say,
but as a whole, as a society, what you do affects someone else. I mean, it's like correlated.
Right, but not directly. I mean, if it directly affects you, then yeah. But I mean, yeah, obviously we live together in this world, right? And everything one of us does affects another in some way. But there's degrees to that, If it directly affects, whatever I do is going to directly affect my immediate family, my wife, my kids, my coworkers, all that.
And I don't want to get into the subject because I think that's another segment, but I'm gonna use this example with the metaverse. Right now, we're a step, maybe 2 steps away from it happening. Virtual reality, but it didn't start like that. It started with a screen and a touch screen, and then it evolved into a video call, and then it evolved. You could play a video game and you could be chatting with someone, across, across seas. So with what I'm trying to say is that it doesn't start, it's like a domino effect. With one abortion, you're not going to affect nobody, but with thousands and thousands of abortions, you're going to, somewhere you're going to affect society. I'm coming from a biblical point of view where the Bible says that, God blessed them and he asked them to reproduce. The first chapter of the Bible tells you, he blessed them and then he told them reproduce, so the Bible or us, our human intentions are to reproduce, not to end life. So with all of that being said, I mean, it's going to affect us in the long run in one way or another as a society.
Mm-hmm. Um, I don't. I mean, like I said, yes, but depends to what degree. Like for example, um, people who don't want to have kids or don't or have certain ideas. Most people that have certain ideas that I may not agree with,
Mm-hmm.
are against having children, bringing children into this world, right? And you hear other people say, "Oh, that's so bad," like you said, we're supposed to reproduce and bring more people. And I told my wife one time, like, well, what's going to happen to all those people that don't want to have kids in the future? They're not going to reproduce. Their mentality, their way of thinking, isn't going to continue because it's going to stop with them, right? So it stops with them, and then eventually we'll be done with them, and they'll just be people that think like we do, right? As far as that goes.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the chapter here, but like I say, and I don't want to get into it again, but the metaverse, like I say, things don't start like or my drug addiction when I was, hung or strung on meth. It didn't start with a severe addiction. It started with a minor or not even a full dose where I just tried it. First time I didn't like it. The second time I was, trying it again, see if I liked it or not. But, the third, the fourth, time around, I did like it. But it starts with one intention, but it ends with another. I mean, if we start reproducing as human beings, we're gonna.
Well, not
gonna
all of us are going to stop
erase-
reproducing, right? I mean,
No.
you've got like 1,000 kids.
Yeah.
No.
No, 999. Almost 1,000.
Right. No, I mean, so basically you're saying it's not so much about that one single, I mean, it is, but it's more of that'll lead to a decay of humanity and
Just, I mean, if we've lost as a society, we've lost a lot of our morality. Our moral compass has gone berserk,
mhm.
over the last 50, 60 years. So it's not just the one topic about abortion, it's everything else going along with it, everything else happening. If we're honest, in the 50s or in the 40s, there were abortions, right? But it was more of a family-oriented society. It wasn't like one night stands or like, oh, I met you over, some drinks. I liked you, and so I'm gonna take you home. And the cause of that or the reaction of that or, going to bed together and having intercourse, the result is a pregnancy or an unwanted pregnancy, which you could avoid.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what I'm trying to say is you could avoid a pregnancy.
Mm-hmm.
If you avoid the pregnancy, you're not gonna have or you're not gonna be in the need of having an abortion, whether it's a week or 2 or 6 or more than 6 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
All I'm trying to get to is like if we start putting ourselves back in that moral, we get our moral compass back and make better decisions. We wouldn't have to have these consequences that we have to take care of.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not to mention what it does on the body of the woman,
Mm-hmm.
when you're going through an abortion. But that's just my forte. I mean, I just think abortion at all, shouldn't happen,
Mm-hmm.
and not in the political or in the medical realm. I'm saying in the moral realm.
Mm-hmm.
We should be more aware of what our actions are gonna, cause, and because every word, every action we take is gonna have a consequence or a reaction to it.
Yeah.
You mentioned your daughter. I mean, what are we gonna teach our, young ones? How old's your daughter too?
Mm-hmm.
What are we gonna teach them? What are we gonna let them know? Okay, it's okay if you take these bad decisions. You can fix it like this. That's what I'm trying to get to.
I understand. I agree with a lot of what you're saying, but my point is it's not for us to tell someone else what to do. It doesn't matter, what we think, how we rationalize it, regardless of those things, of the consequences. I just think that it really isn't up to anyone else.
Let me ask you this then.
Mm-hmm.
Could you really imagine a world without rules?
No, there'll be rules. They won't be imposed by, a central or authority or anything like that. There'll be rules. They'll be set by the groups.
Okay.
Because like I said, like-minded people find each other and they get together. They're like-minded. They think
So like a tribe or like a sect?
Not a sect. It's a tribe of people that want to live the same way.
Okay.
And they set their rules and they all agree. If somebody doesn't agree, they're free to go somewhere else or do
Look
their
for
own
another
thing.
tribe.
As long as they don't affect anyone else negatively.
Or let's use a more updated word, a community instead of a tribe.
Mm-hmm.
So are you actually proposing that?
Yeah, I think that's what we do when we have the people we hang out with and stuff like that. Right now, what we have is like I said, that central authority telling us do this, don't do that, or even worse, punishing people for stuff that really doesn't.
I don't want to take too much time with this topic, but it would be like a religion.
No, because a religion tells you how to think and how to act.
Oh, again, having that central government or central.
Whereas a community made up of like-minded people, I mean, it's pretty much goes without saying. It's an unsaid. They're natural rules, I would say.
Yeah.
So that's my take on.
So you're pro-choice
on abortion, pro-choice. Even though personally I'm pro-life, but as far as like how I would vote or what I would fight for would be, everybody has the choice to do what they will with their life and face the consequences.
So I'd be pro-life then.
Right. I still like you though.
You do?
You're still my buddy.
Even though I didn't bring Cheetos.
Right. Yeah. my flaming hot Cheetos.
Okay.
All right.
So that's that.